Welcome back to Voices from the Hill, where faith meets real life. I'm your host, Reverend Roy V. Elliott Jr., and I'm grateful you're here today. Last week, we unpacked how did we end up here, looking at the culture and spiritual shifts that brought us to this moment. Today, we get personal. This episode is called Healing Church Hurt. And if you've ever been disappointed, wounded, or even driven away by people in the church, this episode is for you. We're not here to throw stones. We're here to find healing, restoration, and maybe a way back to God's original design for community. I am honored to be joined by Minister Paul Williams and his wife, Mackenzie Williams, a trusted voice with wisdom and experience in this area. Let's listen. Hello again. Welcome to our Voices from the Hill. We have a dynamic subject on today, and we have some special guests with us, Minister Paul Williams and his wife, Sister Mackenzie Williams, and they've come to share with us, and we are looking for a great dynamic time on today. And so we're going to talk about church hurt in this episode, and I believe everybody can identify with church hurt in one aspect or another. And we have a couple of questions that we want to ask, and then they freely ask those questions. And that so the first question, the subject matter is what causes church hurt, and the question is what are some of the most common causes of church hurt? And so you all can just kind of freely answer that question. And whoever wants to start first, you want to yield to the wife, or you want to? Okay, all right, we'll yield to Sister Mackenzie.
Yes.
And in this question, so what are some of the most common causes of church hurt?
I feel like the most common is brokenness. I feel like we all come with something broken, and we come to church to find the other piece to make us whole. And with that being said, we can't find that peace because we so worried about everybody else. Our spirit is lingering to everybody else. So of course brokenness is gonna match the brokenness because it feels right. But when you don't have God to fit that brokenness, it's you know how like it be too good to be true.
Right.
Yeah.
So when God finally matched that brokenness or fix that brokenness, it be feeling like it's too good to be true. So yeah, you revert back to brokenness.
Okay.
Something you comfortable with.
Okay.
So I feel like it's brokenness. I feel like that's what it is. What start with
Brokenness and flawedness. And
yes.
Hurt people. Hurt people.
Hurt people.
Yes.
Yeah. So it's good. Okay. So I'm gonna go a little lack of protection.
Okay. Lack of protection.
Okay, because when you really think about it, just like Mackenzie said, when you come from a broken standpoint and you coming in the church, you looking for the church to protect you. This is the one place that you like, I know if I go here, everything gonna be okay.
Right.
So then when that shows that it's not gonna be okay, because they look at you a certain way, they make you feel a certain way, or look at you different, it goes to I can't feel protected here. So now that church hurt develops because the people that I thought were gonna protect me didn't.
Okay.
And I got an example. This kid I knew, he was going to a church, and he was going there all his life. Got older, had a little situation going on. The kid told the pastor he was doing this, that to me. Okay, cool. So instead of the pastor trying to get to the nitty gritty, figure it out, first thing he did, you can't come back. You got to go. But now I've been going here though. You've been knowing me since I was but now since it's this and now I just got to leave. I can't defend myself. I can't say nothing to go against. No, just because it got said, it's not no figuring it out no more. So nobody wants to get to the solution no more. We just overlook it and just go on because you don't want that. I feel like you don't want the image stained on the church. You see what I'm saying? You don't want that image to look like we can't have this going on here because we the church.
Right.
But you come into the church to get that. You know what I'm saying? If I'm coming to church, I should feel like everything my pastor, my deacons, some of the members, they're gonna protect me to make sure I'm all right. So when you don't get that, I don't want to go back. You see what I'm saying? So now that lack of protection, it gets you.
So that's that your shirt says fresh, and that was a fresh word, because that's how people feel. You can't change how people feel. You know, that's how they feel. But we can strive to do better, to make people feel better than when they came.
Right.
So what we have is spiritual abuse, manipulation, hypocrisy, rejection, betrayal, and unmet expectations. That's what you all just said.
Yes.
You all just said.
Yeah.
And so others hurt when leadership fails morally, when gossip spreads, when real concerns are dismissed. And that's what he said. Those real concerns being dismissed. And so then what we have to do, because those are real issues no matter where we are, but then we're talking about the church. And so the deeper the trust, the deeper the wound.
Wow.
Because you said if people come and they have that expectation, that they come for protection. And so they have the trust. But then when that trust is broken, the wound is deeper.
It cut deeper.
So now here's the thing, and I want you all to look at this. Many people don't leave God; they leave the place that mistreated them.
Right.
Definitely do.
So just speak to that. Just they leave the place that mistreated them.
Yes.
You know something? Okay, because I'm gonna go right to the Sunday school lesson yesterday. You know, talking about construction zone, and you know that was the whole of building the foundation and doing. You know, just it show you what you just said, because you looking it for, like I say, you looking at this for God. That's the purpose, but the people getting away.
Okay.
And so now you leave on the strength of, I don't want to go because they did hurt me. But if you go to the bigger picture on what it's supposed to be about, because we're not coming here for the people, we're coming here for a closer relationship with Him.
Right.
You know, that was a real quote that Pastor Haynes used to quote before he had passed. He was always, if you're coming to church for me, then you're coming for the wrong reasons. And so now, you know, because people don't forget God. Nobody forgets God. You know, nobody. But you overshadow it with so much of what the people in the church do to you that I can't even see God with it.
Okay. So then, this leads us to our next question. Our subject matter for this next is, how do you deal with disappointment? So now here's the question. When someone has been let down in church, how can they begin to process the pain? Because the pain is real. All right? So we try to deal with disappointment, and we just discussed in reality that some people just leave.
They do.
Right? So then that pain, that hurt, that wound is still open, no matter where they are. And they could be gone 50, 40, 30, 20 years, and all they remember is the person that hurt them.
Yeah.
Okay. Who wants to jump in here first? Okay, ladies first. Okay,
all
right.
Yeah, we ladies first.
All right, we ladies first. Okay, all right.
I say accountability. Forgiveness. And you know, understanding where your pain is actually coming from.
All right.
You know, you have to pinpoint what the problem is. Because, I'm mad. Okay, what are you mad about?
Right.
You hurt. What are you hurt about?
Okay.
You sad. What are you sad about?
Okay.
Just like God said, write the vision, make it plain.
Mm-hmm.
I can't help you, or I can't pinpoint anything to release or remove from you if you don't tell me exactly what it is. You want us to be our authentic self. So with that being said, being authentic, Lord, I'm mad because this person did this. Or Lord, this hurt me to my core to where I didn't feel this no more. I don't want to feel this no more. When you do that and be genuine about that, that's where it starts from. Being authentic about what it is that truly hurt you.
That's good.
Right.
So
that's good.
Accountability. We have, even though we be the ones that get hurt, or we do the ones that hurt people, we still have to take accountability. it go both ways.
Okay, all right.
Okay, and so you said, how do they process that? Right.
How do you begin to process that pain?
Ooh, it's a lot of different ways on how to process that pain. Because like I say, once again, it's coming from a different place. And a place like this, your pain process is gonna be totally different from your world process. Because like I say, this is a place that holds a lot of expectations for people.
Right.
And so the process here is probably gonna cut you a little deeper. Because like I expect that from dude down the street.
Right.
Cause that's just who he is. But boy, I sure didn't expect that from the deacon. I didn't expect that to go like that at all. I don't know what to do. So now your process could be anything, because you got various ways to process stuff.
Right.
Drinking, smoking, any kind of sexual with a partner, whatever. It's multiple ways to process that, because it happened because you don't know how to, just like McKenzie said, you don't know how to deal with that pain because of where it came from. That's a deep down. People don't have those coping skills to deal with a pain so deep. Just like you say, it keeps getting deeper. Once that cut get going and it don't never get healed, that it's just gonna keep digging deeper and deeper and deeper, to the point to where it's like, I don't know how to deal with it no more. Some people even take the process of harming themselves. People do it. People do that. I mean, that's a harm. Drinking, overly smoking, taking drugs, doing whatever, because I can't get past that.
Right.
They did me like that, and especially there of all places. That's how they do me. Oh man, I got to go. Let me go find see how quick that can happen. Man, I would not expect that. Man, dude went over there and that. But then that's where the conversation started happening. Yeah, I told you, that's why I don't go to church right there. That's what they do. They did me like that. They did my grandpa like that a couple years back. That's why I don't do it. Now, this is what we've been talking about. Now that's where the face of the church, that's what it looks like now. They are hypocrites. They ain't doing what God told them to do. They there for the money. That's it. They I can't go up in there and wear my t-shirt and my jeans, and they looking at me different. I'll forget the church. I'm gonna go to what they call it now, Bedside Baptist.
So you just expressed what Sister McKenzie was saying, that when things happen and we don't have the coping skills, we revert back to what we used to do, to try to deal with our pain. So here it is. First thing you got to do is make sure we acknowledge the hurt.
Right.
Period.
Okay.
You got to.
All right. And so here's this: you can't heal from what you pretend doesn't hurt. Just trying to just pretend like it's not there. You're not hurting. So how can you heal? Because you got to acknowledge the hurt first.
You got to.
Right then, second thing you got to do is you have to separate God from people.
Yeah.
God didn't do it. People did. But then when we say the whole church, one person that may have caused you pain, you put it on everybody.
Yeah.
Right? So you got to separate people from God. Then we got to realize leaders fail, people fail, but God's still faithful.
Every day.
Still, he stays the same. So then what we have to do, we got to fix our eyes on Jesus.
Yes.
And when we do that, he's the author and the finisher of our faith.
Yes.
Then you got to, and here it is, they tell us, even as pastors and preachers, sometimes not only do you need Christ, but you need a couch.
You need a couch.
To go find some godly counsel.
Yeah.
Community outside of the place of pain, where that you can find that kind of healing. And so, in a sense, even though no one has physically died, but when you have pain, it's like you're in grief.
Ooh.
And grief come and go.
Come and go, and it's
especially if you don't pinpoint what it is.
And so here it is. This is what we have to remember, and we know Jesus lived, but we got to remember that he had betrayals too. betrayal was in his inner circle.
I'm talking
still
about
stuck
to his
with
closest.
Still stuck with the plan.
He's still stuck with it. He's still stuck with
His
it.
closest.
His closest, right there with him.
Mhm.
Walk with him.
Mhm.
Was with him in ministry.
Talk with him.
In the inner circle.
In the inner circle.
Right? Okay, so we have to remember that hurt when we look at it, church folks.
Mhm. Mhm.
We have to remember, you know.
Got to remember.
And so, but being mindful that how Jesus dealt with it.
But then on top of that, I feel like too, you still got to remember that people are human. You know, you can't put off because of the position that they're in that
Right.
they're still not human.
Right.
Everybody make mistakes. Nobody's perfect. Everybody has something that they deal with. Now, do people tend to forget? Yes. I heard you when you said it yesterday when you preached. Yeah, we forget where we came from. You forget it. We wasn't always at the top.
Right.
We ain't always had a flashy suits.
Right.
We didn't always have the good shoes. We didn't always have we didn't have that starting off.
Right.
Everybody Christian walk started off at a base. Everybody was low to the earth. Everybody felt like that. They didn't take you and do the same thing to you when you did that.
And so Jesus, he fixed that. I love to say the ground is level at the cross.
It's leveled at the cross.
Because after all that they were doing to him, he still said, Father, forgive them, for they know not what they do.
And that's it right there.
Yeah, that right there, him saying that, and then also, for me, my experience, I had to change how I thought about people.
Right.
I had to realize they are God's children too.
Right.
Yeah. And when I changed that, everything changed. It don't matter if you hurt my feelings. It don't matter if you said something wrong.
Right.
It don't matter if we go, have words back to back or whatever the case may be. But at the same time, I know you a child of God too.
Right.
Trust me. I get pulled by my coattails sometimes by God. We're really all the time.
Right.
Regardless if it's right or wrong. But at the same time, it's easier to forgive when you realize that these are God's children, regardless if they realize it or not.
Right.
They still a child of God. So with that being said, accountability, realizing that, you still have to forgive them regardless if they apologize to you or not.
Right.
And then realizing they are God's people.
And so that forgiveness is for you. So that you're not carrying around that baggage.
Yeah. So you're not carrying it around.
So watch this. So this is our last movement in this segment here.
Okay.
Steps toward healing and forgiveness. That's what you just walked into that.
Walk right into
Right,
it.
you walked in that. So here's the question. What are some practical and spiritual steps toward healing from church hurt? We still going ladies first? We ladies first? Okay.
Okay. Go ahead.
We ladies first? Okay.
Go ahead.
I can only speak from experience for me because it's the faith walk, God's walk, that way is not an easy walk.
Right.
Especially when you're used to the negative, the wrong way.
Right.
So when you're trying to walk right, it feels awkward. You uncomfortable. You compromise. You it's just a lot of stuff that you're not used to. So you like, I don't want to do this. No, I'm easy to go back that way because the wrong way is easy.
Right.
When stuff is easy, that's how you know it's not of God.
Right.
Oh.
Now, when you have things thrown in your way, that's how you know, okay, God, I know you testing me.
Right.
Not testing. You are testing me. You're not tempting me, but you're testing me.
Ooh.
You testing me to keep moving forward. Just like people, God will put too much on you. Yes, He will. Because He know He know that you can. He know you can do it with His help. Okay. Only His help. Yeah, you gonna have members. You gonna have friends. You gonna have family members that's gonna help you through in that way. But that's with His guidance. My thing is, I don't put my faith in people. I put my faith in God.
Whoa.
Everybody say walk by faith. I'm walking with faith.
Ooh.
So starting with that, how you heal, you have to take accountability.
Okay.
You have to forgive yourself. You have to ask God to forgive those that hurt you. Then after you do that, you pray for them.
Right.
Oh,
Right.
You
there
pray
you
for
go.
them. You love them still.
Mm-hmm.
You still love just like anything. You still love them regardless if it's hard. It is hard loving somebody that do you wrong.
Right.
But you want to know something? When somebody doing you wrong, you love them even more.
Right.
Honestly, it's weird. But when somebody is truly doing you wrong, you love them even more.
And so you said a couple major things not only forgiveness, but learn to forgive yourself.
Mm-hmm.
See, sometimes we're harder on ourselves
than the
versus-
actual person.
and when we know we've actually turned it over to God, asked for forgiveness and, and repented from whatever that is, then we have to let that go.
Definitely do.
We have to learn to live with self.
Yes.
All right? All right. Okay. All right. I need a, she got love is love. Now, see, that's what she said. Love is love. That's what she's talking about.
Love
And,
is love.
and so really, love has to be there in every aspect. And so we got love is love. Now we got fresh from Minister Paul. So give me another fresh word.
Okay, so I'm gonna say this too. So you say practical and spiritual. All right. So your spiritual, it's gonna be your kicker. Just take it on.
All right.
Pray.
Oh. That's it. Start with prayer and honesty with God.
When you take it there, and when you pray, pray. Don't play.
Yeah.
Pray.
All right.
I think a lot of people miss that. You know, we don't play.
Yeah.
Pray.
Yeah.
Really. Pray.
Mm-hmm.
Because he going to listen to it all. People really forget that, you know, this is God.
Yes.
Yeah, he can take on everything that you throw at him. Pray. Prayer is going to be the key for your healing. Prayer is going to be the key for your steps. Prayer is going to be the step, the healing for your forgiveness, everything. But you have to start it with prayer. Then your practice, I'm going to go, because you said it earlier. Go find that couch. The black community, listen. I don't know what it is about the black community that think that you can't go sit on that couch and go talk to somebody about your problem.
Right.
Go talk to somebody. It's no problem with going to give somebody, especially somebody that was trained.
That's right.
To do it, to listen to your problems and try to help you get it. I done went. Me and Mackenzie done went. There's nothing wrong with going to talk to somebody that got trained to help you cope with what it is that you got going on.
All right.
They're gonna give you the necessary steps. They're gonna give you it's almost like it go hand in hand.
Definitely do.
You pray, you go to counseling, you going to church, because if you want to be real, that counselor telling you the same thing that your pastor gonna tell you, same thing that your Sunday school teacher gonna tell you, telling you the same thing that a church member gonna tell you. But they just got to practice for it. They do this. They went to school for this. The man that we were seeing, he went to school for that. Easy. God-fearing man too.
Definitely.
He gonna go to the book on you if you really want to.
He will.
He gonna go to the straight to the
and
book.
not supposed to, but he do.
Yeah,
God do it.
You're not
He'll
even
let
supposed
him.
to, but you have to go seek. We gotta get that out of the black community. I ain't going to no therapist to talk to no. You know that's just designed to keep you there, and they ain't trying to know. They're trying to help you. The length is gonna be all off you.
You got to want it.
It just go back to what y'all been saying. People go and take it. They put the responsibility on somebody else when really it's on you.
Right. Do the work.
Right. You the person that well he keep taking me back and then sending me back to go. Well, what you doing? Are you changing?
Yes.
Are you taking what he doing and then you actually changing it? Because me and Mackenzie was going, we don't even get booked no more.
Hold on.
Oh, we had to take the necessary because you have to take those necessary steps. But guess what my first necessary step was? That prayer. Oh, you got to, because it's going to change you. Yeah, it might not happen over because that's what people want, that quick fix. That what y'all call it, the microwavable. They don't want that slow cook. You know, you don't want God to sit and let it marinate a little bit. You don't want to see the work grow. See, I done seen it from the start to the top of where it was growing. I done seen it. I done witnessed it, looked at it from my own eyes. So I know when that prayer hit and when it's actually working, it's going to show you something totally different. But you got to be willing to do the work.
So love is fresh, right? That's what we got.
Love is fresh.
Love is fresh.
Love is fresh.
And it helps. It keeps evolving. And helping everybody. So here it is. Forgiveness is for your freedom, not their approval.
Right.
And sometimes the best apology you'll get is God's peace replacing your pain. So to have that,
see your pain.
He'll do it.
He will.
We got to go to him in prayer.
We do.
Right? So here, church hurt is real.
It is.
A deeply painful because it's spiritual. Healing begins when we acknowledge the pain, separate God from people's failures, and take steps toward wholeness. And forgiveness doesn't erase the past, but it does break its grip on your future. So now, after all we've said, and so what would be one word of hope each of you would give to anyone who's dealing with church hurt?
One word.
Expression, a phrase, something you just want to say to somebody that's dealing with church hurt.
Walk with faith.
Walk with faith.
Ooh.
Okay.
Walk with faith.
Ooh, yeah. And
Walk
then,
with faith.
Okay, I get mine. Pray with your heart.
All right. All right. Pour out your heart to God because he already knows.
Definitely.
All right. I thank Minister Paul Williams and Sister Mackenzie for joining us this morning dealing with church hurt. This has been an amazing episode, and we thank them for taking our time to come.
Yeah.
On next week, we're going to talk about God and humanity's sexuality, a real talk. That's next week.
Yeah.
And so,
it's time.
So we're going to deal with it on next week. I pray that everybody would join us as we deal with episode 4.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
All right.
Yeah.